if you watched my previous Empties video, I would like you to take a little second to appreciate how we have graduated to a much bigger container. Hi guys, my name is Magali. Welcome back to my channel. I make videos on beauty, fashion, travel and lifestyle, and today I'm making another Empties video. So it feels nice to make like a continued series like this that I enjoy filming and you guys seem to enjoy watching. I'll be giving you guys quick mini reviews, and I will also talk about whether I'll repurchase the product. That's going to be rare. So if I say I repurchase it, that means it's really good. So we have quite a lot of products to get through. I am going to tackle this category wise. So we always start with hair care, then we go skincare, makeup, body care, also a couple of miscellaneous things this time. I am going to put a list of all of the products in the description bar below this. You guys can check it out. I will also put timestamps. If you would like to skip to any specific section, feel free to do so because these videos do tend to run a little bit long. The first product I have is the Kaya anti-dandruff shampoo, and I am someone who's kind of prone to dandruff. In winter it doesn't trouble as much, but in summer it kind of flares up, so I make sure that I have anti-dandruff shampoos as part of my routine, and I do use it like every now and then so that I don't actually get like full-blown dandruff. This did a good job. Dandruff shampoos can be a bit harsh, but this one was fairly creamy and nourishing and my hair didn't feel stripped. From Aromatherapy Associates, I have this mini shampoo with rosemary and ylang-ylang. This is actually something that I got in a hotel. I think if you go to like any of the JW Marriotts and stuff, you're probably going to get products by Aromatherapy Associates in your room. I am absolutely obsessed with the way this brand smells. Everything that this brand makes smells so nice, and I especially like their bath oils. They are a luxury brand. Every product that I've used of theirs is so enjoyable. From Sunsilk, I have this conditioner, the Natural Recharge Strong and Abundant Conditioner with ginseng root. This one is supposed to be paraben free and with a balanced pH. If you don't require conditioner too much, if you have hair that's fairly silky and manageable, you might have liked this one, but since I have dry hair that requires stronger conditioning, this didn't do much for me, and it was almost like not using conditioner only. I often just don't use conditioner. I go into hair masks, which are like a stronger, deeper form of conditioning. From Kerastase, I have the Elixir Ultime Oleo Complex. Kerastase is a luxury brand like made by L'Oreal, and most of their products are really expensive but perform well. However, this one really kind of didn't impress me that much. It was fairly light and didn't actually nourish the hair that much. I do require deeper conditioning, and the consistency of it was more like a normal conditioner only. It was like a soft light cream, where I expect hair masks to be slightly thicker and richer. It did take me a long time to finish this off because of the convenient small size. For a few trips, this was just the one I carried with me while I traveled. From Pantene, I have the Intense Hair Mask Total Damage Care. This is a little bit of an older product, so I'm not sure if they still make it, but I remember using up so many of these back in the day, and somehow I discovered I had another one lying around and I used it. It was one of the super affordable hair masks that also did a really good job of nourishing the hair. After wash product from System Protect, which is like P&G's slightly more professional hair care line. A Luxe oil. It's supposed to be reconstructive and it has keratin protection. The consistency of this product was really good because it was like your oil gel hybrid. If you ever used the Moroccan oil serum, it was kind of like that, and I did enjoy using it. You just needed a little, and it made hair and ends feel softer and more manageable. I finished this off and I actually had another one, so I'm currently using the same product in my routine right now. From Schwarzkopf, I have this Color Freeze Spray Conditioner. They actually have a few of these spray conditioners for different hair concerns. The pink one is the one that's recommended for colored hair, and it doesn't actually take the place of a serum or a cream in your after wash hair care routine, but it's very lightweight. It's almost like water. It's supposed to make your hair more shiny and kind of extend the vibrancy of it, as well as protect it from heat and even from sunlight. This was a really nice product. it, I have one or two more of these sprays, and this is something that I turn to whenever I have freshly colored hair for sure. One dry shampoo, and of course it has to be Batiste. I've tried other brands, but Batiste is kind of the first and last name, the best when it comes to dry shampoos. This is their Clean and Classic Original Fragrance. Over the winter I had less of that greasy roots problem, so I didn't actually reach for this dry shampoo much, but I feel like in summer dry shampoo is going to be my best friend, because I do recommend using it in your routine and delaying hair washes. I am not a proponent for washing your hair every day. I do prefer every second day, and if you have longer hair, I think it's healthier to even delay further and have like 2 hair washes a week. I know there are many schools of thought on this. This is great, and Batiste is always going to be a repurchase for me. I do have a lot of these cans still at home, so I will be using them happily. Finally, featuring my beloved L'Oreal Elnett Satin Hairspray. I'm slightly cheating by including it here because it does have so little remaining, and I feel like I will get 1 or maximum 2 more uses out of it because it's just almost over. This is supposed to be one of the best hairsprays ever made, and after using it I kind of understand the hype, the extra strong hold, and I absolutely love this because my hair is naturally very porous, and if I curl and all, it just does not hold the style at all without hairspray. So this one gives you a lot of hold while also keeping the texture of your hair intact. Like when I touch my hair, I can feel that I put on hairspray, but it doesn't make it too like waxy or thick or gross to touch. This is also the one that is especially for color treated hair. Since I color my hair fairly often, I feel like this was the perfect one for me. I did enjoy using it so much. It also lasted me a really long time because I don't style my hair that often, but whenever I do curl my hair, I could not do without this in my routine. You have to go to one of the fancy salons to buy it, and that annoys me because it's 2020 and I think companies should realize that the era of salon only products is just over and everything should be easy to find and available online. If this was available online, I would have bought it in a heartbeat, so it's a repurchase, but since it isn't, I did purchase another spray from another brand. I'm not going to run around to find it. I'm a little bit skincare obsessed, and so this is the category in which I have the most products. This face wash from Cheryl's, it is the Derma Cleanse face wash for acne prone skin, and I did already put this in my January 2020 favorites. I did really enjoy using this product. It worked really well on my skin because it is formulated for acne prone skin. I do have other face washes at home, but otherwise I think this would be a repurchase, and I'd also strongly recommend it to anyone who has oily acne prone skin. Definitely give it a try. I have this random face wash from Olay that I think I got from abroad. This is the pore minimizing cleanser plus scrub. The best thing about this face wash is actually the packaging. It does have the same packaging as the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, wherein as you pump it out, as you use it, there's this plunger that goes up and pushes up all of the product, which is so satisfying to watch because it minimizes wastage of the product, and then you can kind of see exactly how much you've used, almost like a loading bar on a computer screen. This face wash wasn't great, and I do not recommend using any kind of scrubs on your face. This had a fine grit, but still, I did try using it, and then I just got bored of it and didn't really like how it felt. So a little thing that I do when I don't like a face wash but I don't actually want to throw it out is I'll just use it on my body, which makes perfect sense if you think about it, because products formulated for face are always more expensive than body, and they're supposed to be better and gentler. So there is this class of like products that are made for the face, but when I use them on the face, I'm like, no, this is not good enough for the face, but this is good for the body. So that's what happened. From La Roche-Posay, I have a smaller like travel size of their Effaclar purifying foaming gel for oily sensitive skin. I used to be so obsessed with La Roche-Posay back in the day, especially the Effaclar lineup was something that was formulated especially for acne prone skin. The brand sadly left India, so you can't really get their products anymore. I know I did a whole video with the Effaclar line and I really liked it when I tried it that time, and I really saw a difference. But now that I use this face wash, I wasn't that impressed by it. I don't know why, and it just felt a little bit harsh and didn't really do that much for me. I have a few things from Innisfree. I feel like I've recently become way too obsessed with Innisfree. It's the one brand that I buy too much from. I need to check myself, but they do make really nice things. This is the green tea seed cream, and this is something that I've raved about so much, and I actually used it a lot last year and I think even year before last. It's a really good cream for skin that experiences acne and sensitivity but is also dehydrated, and I really recommend this whole line, especially the serum and the cream. That's something I keep on repurchasing. You definitely know that I have 2 more backups of this in my room so that I'm never low on it. Love this stuff. Few random samples also from Innisfree. They give you these sample kits really often. If you buy stuff from their store or even online on Nykaa, like if you buy what above 1,200 and all, you'll often get these, which are just so handy to try out new ranges, or if you want to keep minis of stuff in your purse every day. From their Perfect 9 line, I have the serum as well as the eye cream. Really liked using the eye cream. The serum didn't impress me so much. Korean serums are usually thicker than serums from Western brands because they're meant to hydrate also. This one was just so thick that it was really annoying to get out of this container. And the Orchid Enrich cream is something I've tried before in full size and really enjoyed using. It is a really good, rich but not too heavy hydrating cream that they especially recommend for like anti-aging purposes. This is also a cream that I really like. The samples might seem small, but since the products are really potent, like a full size will last you a really long time, so even these samples actually give you a good amount of use. From ʟᴇ Beauty, I have their matcha face milk. ʟᴇ Beauty is actually by Colourpop. It's their skincare line. I do have a separate video on a few things that I bought from ʟᴇ Beauty, which included this. It had like a first impressions in the video, but having finished it now, I can say I absolutely enjoyed using this. This was so amazing. The consistency of it was so perfect. It worked in the daytime and nighttime, and I really loved it. However, it does finish off fairly fast since it is that milky texture, and if you see, the bottle is not that big. I used this up really soon, so that's my only complaint. I would recommend it, and I'm also thinking of repurchasing this one, but I'm also thinking of trying out some of their other face milks because they seem like some really nice varieties, especially like the turmeric, the haldi one. That's something I want to try out next. A serum from Dot & Key. This is their Zit Zapping Skin Clarifying Face Serum with tea tree and clary sage oil. I actually have a whole blog post up on these Dot & Key serums, and I tried quite a few of them. They're all really nice. Even using this was good because I have acne prone skin. It felt good in my skin and it didn't really irritate or do anything like that. From The Ordinary, I have the Azelaic Acid Suspension 10%, another thing that was featured in my January 2020 favorites. I loved using this. This is kind of a repurchase for me with a few caveats. Let me tell you what I mean. I did actually see a noted and like marked improvement in my skin when I incorporated this in my routine, which is not something I can say regularly. It highly impressed me like that. However, I really don't like the consistency of The Ordinary's product, and I have another one backup of this, so I am going to use that. But after that, I'm going to try out the Paula's Choice one just because I read a lot of reviews online and a lot of people are complaining about how silicone and not great this feels, and the Paula's Choice one is supposed to be better. So that being said, I do recommend trying azelaic acid in your routine because it's a really good ingredient and it really helped me. However, don't like the texture of this one, so I'll be using up the second one that I have happily, but I'm not sure that I will repurchase this in the future. Time to talk about some face masks from Body Shop. I have the Chinese Ginseng and Rice Clarifying Polishing Mask. I really enjoyed using this one a lot. So I did like the Himalayan charcoal clay mask also. The problem that I had with it though is when I used about 50 to 60% of the product, it kind of started getting dry on me and I did have to throw it out prematurely without finishing it off. This one I could use till the very end, and it was that perfect balance between something that made my skin feel clean and clarified, but at the same time there was like that hydrating element also, so it did not feel stripped. I do really love this and I would repurchase it if I didn't have a million masks at home, but this was a really good one. This Body Shop face mask lineup actually has so many variants now, and I'm using another one from the same range, the matcha one, which is supposed to be anti-pollution. From Blossom Culture's Aroma Magic, I have this activated bamboo charcoal face pack, which they say is for detoxing and deep cleansing. I did not feel like this was a very deep cleansing mask, but whenever I used it, my skin did feel better. I like that it was gentle. Earlier, if I went for a mask, I wanted like my skin to feel really different and really clean, but masks that make your skin feel really clean also just strip out all of the oils and hydration and are usually a little too strong. So now I gravitate towards gentle face masks, and I love this. It was never harsh, and also since I apply my face mask with a brush, the thick consistency of this spread so satisfyingly. This one tube lasted me so long. It was good value for money, and I would recommend it. We're gonna talk now about a few like single-use products also, which I kept the packaging. From Etude House, I have one of these collagen eye patches that you put like in your under eye area, and one of this black charcoal chin pack. I do also have a few of their nose patches, and I really did like the nose patch because again, it didn't actually remove all of the gunk from my nose, but if it did, it would be bad. Those nose packs are so satisfying to use, but they do damage the skin on your nose and they'll actually make it worse. So this one was nice and gentle. I did enjoy the nose pack. Chin pack and eye patch were like nothing special. I feel like they've made my skin feel okay, but not a repurchase. Bought this 3M Nexcare acne patch on a whim in Malaysia, absolutely not expecting it to work, but it really did work. I only put this when I actually have pimples, so like little acne, I don't know if it makes a big difference, but when you have like those big angry like cystic type of pimples coming, the ones that are like red and kind of hard and they usually are sensitive and hurt, this one worked magic on them. And they did have nighttime patches also. These were formulated for the day, so that's really nice because they are really thin and really small, and I 100% wore them out a few times even with makeup on, and they were hardly noticeable. One time I wore them and nobody noticed. Another time I wore it and I was talking to somebody and she kind of thought that I just like had something on my face, so she did notice it after a while. These were really great. My only one complaint about it was since they are so small and thin, you do need to make sure that the area around the acne is like dry when you use it. So if you have put on moisturizer and try putting this on top, it would just not stick and it would fall off in like 10 minutes. But otherwise it was like a great product and I'm hooked. You don't get 3M Nexcare brand in India, but I am currently using pimple patches from another brand, and pimple patches have now become something that I absolutely need to have with me, and putting them on is just so helpful. Few sheet masks. I have one Wonderpore one from Etude House, two more from this brand called Mijin Cosmetics, which I've never heard of, but it's a Korean brand. My experience with these sheet masks just kind of echoes my experience with more sheet masks. They felt nice when I used them, and they're kind of relaxing and they're kind of hydrating, and I completely agree with people that say sheet masks don't do much more than just serum would. I've stopped buying new sheet masks completely, but I still have so much, like very many, that I feel like I will be using them for a long time to come. Do they make a big difference on skin? No, but do I feel like nice and pampered and relaxed when I put it on? 100% yes. 2019 felt like the first year in a really long time that I wore the least amount of makeup. Since the new year has started, I have enjoyed using makeup again, and I do have a few empties here. Not that many, but my next empties might feature more makeup. So all of this is eye stuff. I feel like I consistently use these eye products a lot. From NYX, I have the Lid Lingerie cream-based eye tint that you could use as an eyeshadow. This was one of the shimmery metallic ones. The shade was called Sweet Cloud, and it was this really beautiful metallic rose gold that I loved wearing. One of the only downsides of this, I feel, is that the shelf life of it was just 6 months, and I've had it for a lot longer than that. I'm guilty of kind of ignoring or not really taking into account shelf lives and expiry dates if the product still seems good, but this one kind of dried out on me, and sadly NYX seems to have have discontinued the whole lid lingerie lineup, which is heartbreaking to me because I had favorites from this line. I had one of the shimmery ones and I had two mattes. They were all so good. NYX, why did you discontinue it? Just hate it when brands discontinue products you love. From Maybelline, I have the Hyper Glossy Black Liner. This has been one of my staple products for so long. I finish so many of these. I have been recommending this consistently and my recommendation has not changed. This is really good. I would recommend it to everyone in search of a black liner. It's what I'm wearing on my lids right now. It's really affordable and works well. Will I repurchase this? I have about 5 of them at home at any given time. As soon as I throw one out, I think I order another one. So you tell me. 2 brow products from Etude House. I have their drawing eyebrow and I also have their color my brow. The drawing eyebrow was a retractable eye pencil with a spoolie on one side, and color my brow was sort of like a brow mascara. Drawing eyebrow is an old favorite that I have used for so long, pretty much as consistently as I use my Maybelline liner. I used to initially pick it up from abroad, and then when Etude House launched it in India, I was just so ecstatic that I could get it here. It's really affordable and performs well, and I do keep repurchasing this one also. The color my brow is something that I tried more recently, I think just about like 6 months ago or something, but another thing that I really loved using. The only 2 downsides for the color my brows like brow mascara is that it is pricier than the pencil and it does not last as long as the pencil lasts. Not on your brows, that it lasts really long, but the pencil will go for a couple of months, and color my brow, if you're using it regularly, it might only last you a month. They're both really good products, and I'm actually wearing my new color my brow on my brows right now. I love the way this makes my brows look, and it is really sweat proof also. I feel like I mentioned this before, but one day I think I sweated through like all of my makeup when I came home because I hadn't really powdered and stuff, and my brows were the only thing that still looked absolutely perfect. I have a NYX powder foundation, and I've loved NYX powder foundation so much over the years. I think they are some of the best powder foundations I've tried. I really love the Hydra Touch one, but this is the Stay Matte but not flat. Both of them were so good, but they did have these little downsides that became annoying. The Hydra Touch powder foundation felt so creamy and really gave the best coverage and finish. However, since it was kind of soft, being Hydra Touch and all, it used to just break on me randomly. Even if I don't throw it down, just a little bit of bumping and wear and the product inside would break. It's a pressed powder, so once it breaks, it became really messy and you couldn't use it anymore. This one wasn't so soft, so I preferred using the Stay Matte but not flat because it still gave me a really good finish and it would not break as much as Hydra Touch. But I randomly opened it the other day and look what I found. Look at this. It's technically expired, but I do have powders a lot older than this that are still perfect. I'm not sure what ingredients they put in their powder foundation, so they do put something in that makes it feel kind of like moist and not powdery, and I guess the same thing kind of made it catch mildew or something. This is disgusting. Into the bin you go. Now it's time to talk about facial hair removal things. I have the Wheat face waxing strips, which I really like. These made it to my 2019 favorite. They're just really easy to use. They do kind of hurt a little bit because waxing by nature does hurt a little bit. There's no point in acting like it doesn't. But when I wax my face, the effect usually lasts a lot longer than shavings, and so I like using this one. And then I have one of my Feather Peony face razors, and I only use this brand face razors. This is a forever repurchase for me, and if you watched my latest like first impressions get ready with me video where I was just trying new products, I recently bought a whole lot more of these. So I have razors that last me like for the year 2020 as well as until next year, just because I love them so much. So these are both repurchases. From Lakme, I have their nail color remover with vitamin E. I used to be someone who always liked using acetone to remove my nail polish, but it kind of got annoying because each time you go to a chemist or beauty supply store to buy acetone, they usually just give you some random bottle by a different brand. Some acetone bottles used to be so good and so effective, and some of them just didn't really work effectively. So I decided to switch to nail polish remover so that I could get something that worked more consistently. I didn't really expect so much from this nail polish remover, but it was really very effective. It's a tiny bottle, but you needed a little and it took off nail polish very well. I do like this. However, I use the color bar one now. Color bar one, you actually get more product and it's still very effective for like a similar price range. That's why I would recommend the color bar one. Like, this wasn't bad, but color bar is better. Majority of what I have here are just moisturizers. I guess I haven't finished any like body washes or anything recently. If you watch my older Empties videos from more than a year ago, I used to think that all body lotions are just the same, and it was something that I never paid attention to. I then realized that I do have eczema, which is kind of a chronic condition that makes your skin really dry and itchy and sensitive, and since then I've had to use moisturizer on my body more often, and I've become much more discerning about moisturizers. I'm so picky right now. I have 6 really, of these little hand creams from Crabtree and Evelyn. So I went crazy and bought a few too many of these a couple of years ago, and I didn't want to waste them, so obviously I used them. So 3 of them are from ʟᴠ, which is my favorite of all of their fragrances because it was like marine, beachy, ocean. And then I have one of Lily and another one of Somerset Meadow. Hand creams should have that perfect blend of lightness and thickness because you want something to hydrate your hands, but you're usually using it during the day and you're going back to work on your computer or something, so you don't want that lasting greasiness. These are fine, I guess, but I felt that they didn't really moisturize that much. They were just too light. When I bought them, I was just swayed by this cute packaging. They don't look like much now, but when they come newly in these metal tubes, they're so adorable. But since then, I've learned that it's not the packaging that matters, it's the product. These aren't that great as products. From Kiehl's, I have the Vanilla and Cedarwood Skin Softening Body Lotion. This is from their aromatic blends line, which I think they've discontinued since, and the fragrance from this line, this particular one, Vanilla and Cedarwood, is actually one of my all-time favorite fragrances. And now that I know I won't get it in stores, I am all the more like protective of the bottle that I have. I don't use it so often. It's a nice sweetish woodsy kind of wintry scent. I feel like I got the sample when I bought the fragrance. Maybe I actually didn't enjoy using this. It was very runny on parts where my skin was extra sensitive. It did burn a little bit, so that's a no from me. From Peter Thomas Roth, I have one of their small size mega rich body lotions. I actually really enjoyed using this one because it's a lotion, so it can't be compared to a cream. It's runnier, but mega rich was good because this actually felt hydrating. Even in winter, when the weather was cold and dry, the hydrating effects of this actually lasted a good amount of time. This product is kind of unlike the others. It's not like a beauty product per se. It is a moisturizer with white soft paraffin and light liquid paraffin. This isn't a medicine, but this is actually something you'll get at a chemist. The actual cream is called Cotteril. Sometimes if you have sensitive skin, these kind of creams that you get at the chemist are the best to use because they don't have unnecessary ingredients like fragrance and stuff. They are just moisturizers that tend to do the trick really nicely. The indication says that it relieves dry skin and eczema. This wasn't so bad to use, but I still feel like it was kind of light for me and it didn't actually give me that extra dose of hydration that my dry eczema prone skin actually craves. I won't be repurchasing this, but I will be looking a little bit closer at creams that are available in chemists, I guess. I have 2 body butters from Himalaya. This is their soothing body butter in lavender and jasmine. This is actually from their 4 Moms range, so it's something that they formulated more for expectant or new mothers, but I did try a few of these products a little while ago. Most of the products are something that anyone could use. It wasn't really mom specific. These were good rich body butters. They did kind of feel like the Body Shop body butters, not completely, but they were a decent dupe. They were quite heavily fragranced. The jasmine one I didn't enjoy so much because I don't like jasmine as a fragrance, but I love lavender as a fragrance, so I enjoyed using the lavender variant a lot more, and I feel like for the price these are both really good. So this time we have a miscellaneous category for two things that I wasn't sure like where I could fit them. The first thing is this MAC brush cleanser, and I did buy this such a long time ago. When I bought it, it was reasonably more affordable, but I checked the price now. I think it's gone above 1,000 rupees. This was actually really nice to clean brushes. It was so effective that when I used other things, my brushes seemed clean, and I put a little bit of this on, and usually I would get like a more water running through the brush that had makeup on it. It worked quite well and it was gentle on my brushes. Actually says on the back that it's flammable until dry. It has alcohol in it, which they actually put in cleansing things like this because alcohol helps products evaporate faster, so your brushes dry faster, don't save it for that long. Very effective cleanser, but much too expensive right now. Unless you are a makeup artist or you've spent a lot of money on buying very fancy makeup brushes, I don't think you need a makeup brush cleanser that costs this much money when there are many decent alternatives out there. I have one mouthwash from Colgate. This is the Plax Fresh Tea variant, and it has natural tea extracts. I am someone who loves using mouthwash regularly, even like after brushing and stuff, obviously, but most of the mint flavored mouthwashes across brands that I try, which are usually blue in color, feel so harsh in the mouth, like they burn my mouth while I'm using them. I like fresh breath, but I'm sure they're not supposed to burn. I do have sensitive teeth also, so that could be a contributing factor. This one was one of the first mouthwashes that actually made me feel fresh without any kind of discomfort or burning sensation when I was rinsing. That's why it was like a revelation for me, because I was like, okay, mouthwashes don't always have to feel that harsh and they don't always have to burn. So I love this one and I have already repurchased it. That was so satisfying just now. I've talked through so many empty products. I'm not sure if any of you guys are here till the end, but if you are, leave me a comment with a flower or leaf emoji of your choice based on this cute dress I'm wearing, so I'll know you made it till the end. I really enjoy making these empties videos regularly, and I feel like it helps motivate me to use more of my products. With the past, I used to buy a lot of skincare, but I used to not like consistently use it that much, and now I finally have a routine, and I do really love collecting all of this kachra and then sitting and making these videos with you guys. And I feel like it also helps me recycle the products more efficiently when I have a big batch of it to do at a time. Of the brands that are featured, Kiehl's, The Body Shop, Innisfree and MAC are 4 brands that take back their empty products. The Body Shop doesn't incentivize you, like they don't give you something, you just drop your empties in their store. But with Kiehl's, MAC and Innisfree, you actually have like more motivation to collect their empties because they give you stuff back. So thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment if you guys feel like it, because those absolutely make my day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.